What's up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? It's time to go ahead and bust out your main monthly reading for February 2026. February 2026 for Cancer. So, if any of you are in need of a personal reading, all the information is in the description of this video. And if you're catching this on time, this Saturday, January 24th, we're going to be doing another round of our $22.22 live readings right here on this channel. No, it's not going to turn into a weekly thing like we did all last year. We're doing it the old school way now. We just break it out 2 or 3 times a year. So, actually, they're read in the order of which they come in, so you can pre-order. The ones that come in first get read first. I think the coolest thing, though, is that, like, say, for example, you order one now, but you get called into work on Saturday. Shit, you can come back Saturday night, pull up the playback of the live stream, go straight to the comments. All the readings are timestamped in the comments. You can go straight to it. And please read the directions very carefully, everybody. Please do that. A lot of people go through, they don't even read it, they don't even look at it. Please read the directions very carefully if you want to participate. So all the information for all that stuff is in the description of the video. All right, let's jump into this. What am I doing again? I don't even remember. I'm so scattered today. Oh yeah, singles and your love interest. Single Cancers who are interested in a specific person. Let's see what's happening in February. This one's yelling at me. Oh, Sun reverse. Some of you dealing with a Leo. Well, see, the Sun card is arguably the most simple card in the entire tarot. With any other card, we can sit and talk for hours on different ways that it can be interpreted. You know, upright or reverse, depending on what intentions you put into it, depending on what else comes out with it, how it plays into other combinations of cards. Not the Sun card. The Sun card means happy. That's what the Sun card means. Sun card reversed, not happy. So, not happy with the way things are going with this person. I would imagine if you were happy, you wouldn't be here watching this video, so. All right. Oh, it seems a little bit one-sided, doesn't it? Are you the one putting forth all the energy and the effort? Seems like you're putting in all the energy and effort and not getting any ROI, right? So you all are definitely not even getting close to happily ever after status. I think you're really starting to play with the idea that this person's a lying, cheating sack of shit. I don't know if they are. This is just, the first spread is just the general overview, mainly from your perspective. So maybe you're wondering if they're juggling you and someone else. They may be, I don't know. We'll see here in a minute. But yeah, starting to get a little bit disappointed. A little bit disappointed. Very one-sided. Feels like you're the one putting in all the work. And it just doesn't really seem like they care. Or it just seems like they're just playing with you. Ooh. Are you suspicious that you may be one of many? I don't know yet. You may be just tripping. Okay. Some of you dealing with a Leo. I also have Libra. Could be a fellow Cancer for some of you, but I feel like this is you having a battle with your intuition. You don't know if it's your intuition or if you're just tripping. You know what I'll tell you, though? It don't matter. Because even if you are just tripping, what if this person has nothing but the best intentions in the world and you're just tripping? Then what? Then what? it still ain't gonna work. Because that indicates that you all are not connected at a very deep level. Anyway, though, let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Very materialistic. Could be an earth sign for some of you. I don't know. Does this person make good money, or do they have good money, or are they just the type of person that's just materialistic in general? Even if they're broke as shit. Man, you know what? This is weird. Okay. Well, this kind of tells me that they do want a relationship. They do. They really do. But I think they're afraid of getting hurt. They're still carrying past vibrational baggage. They still have a really, really strong energetic and karmic tie with someone else. And, you know, when somebody's in that energy, it's really easy to just project that onto everyone, you know. We've all been there. If you haven't, just wait. You will be one day. Where you get hurt, especially if you get hurt once, twice, 3 times in a row. Next thing you know, you're just projecting that onto everyone that you see. And you're just nervous and you got your guard up. The way I see it is that you shouldn't even be dating. But whatever. I don't think this person has bad intentions. I don't. You know me, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you if they do. Maybe this person's been single for so long that they don't really know how to act in the dating world, maybe. I think they're just afraid of getting hurt, mainly. They're just afraid of getting hurt. And, oh, they don't want you to know that. Oh, no. Even if you do know that a little bit, you only know the tip of the iceberg. I think they got feelings for you. They do want to be with you. They could see themselves with you. They just got their guard up too high. They're too guarded. So, like I said, even if they have the best intentions in the world, if you're not able to pick up on that, that indicates another problem that lies elsewhere. So, let's get the advice then. What's the advice? What advice do we have for Cancer with their love interest? Okay, so you know that one thing that plays a big role in this situation is how long you've been dealing with them. That plays a major role. If you've been dealing with this person longer than 2 months, it's time to get to the fucking bottom of this, like now. Like now. Right? 2 months is entirely too long to still be confused about how someone feels about you. If you haven't been dealing with this person longer than 2 months, I would still be doing what you can to figure out what the issue is. What can I do to show you that I'm not going to do you like the last person did? You know, at the end of the day, you can't prove that to somebody. This is the slippery slope that you find yourself in a situation like this. There's only one way to prove to somebody that you're rock solid, and that's through time. You know, because we've all heard the speech, right? We've all been with that person that swears up and down and all the way around on their grandma's grave and everything that was ever sacred to them, that I'm one in a million, I'm the last of my kind, you ain't never met a motherfucker quite like me, you ain't never gonna meet another motherfucker quite like me, I ain't gonna do you like they did, I'm different. And then what do? They turn right around and do exactly what they said they wasn't gonna do, right? We've all been there. After a while, you kind of grow numb to those little speeches. It's like, yeah, that's what they all say. So how do you prove it? Time. It's the only way you can prove it. Time. Time, patience, and consistency. You got to show up and show out. Be who you say you are. Do what you say you gonna do. Make sure your actions match up with your words match up with your actions. You're not flipping and flopping. You're not acting one way one day, another way another day, and you remain solid. But the question is, are they gonna choose to see it? That's the question. People see in you what they're looking for. And if you have somebody that is really functioning in a place of damage control, it could be the best person in the world, the most loyal, honest person you've ever met. If they're on a frequency of damage control, they're unconsciously looking for some bullshit. Their subconscious mind is hyper-focused on finding some bullshit. They got their guard up. So the question, I guess, is it worth possibly wasting your time? I'm going to tell you what right now. If you've been dealing with this person 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, if we don't figure out what the fuck's going on, like now, you are wasting your time. It should not take that fucking long. That's entirely too long. 4 to 6 months is plenty of time for a person to see whether or not you're solid. Understand what your intentions are. You know, so I'm just going to put that there. You know me, I try not to tell you just to walk away from someone unless the universe is telling me to tell you that. I try not to. I want to give you the opportunity to see for yourself why you should make the decision that you're going to make, you know? So, yeah, there's potential here. If this person would just do their fucking healing, let their guard down, there's massive potential. Oh, massive. Y'all could build a fucking rock solid empire of a life partnership. But they got to be on board, you know? And that's a scary, even when you do meet your divine life partner, that's still scary. But anyway, all right. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now we're going to look at the person you're currently in a relationship with. Usually what I do is I separate that between the new person and the current long-term partner. I'm not doing that this time. Doesn't matter how long you've been with them, a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years. This is the person you're currently in a relationship with. If you are not in a relationship where you're experiencing problems, issues, or concerns, this is not for you. If you're in a happy relationship, don't watch me. I'm not here for you. I'm here to guide, help, and assist people who are experiencing challenges, obstacles, and problems. Go enjoy your love life. Go have fun. You shouldn't even know my name. Boom. Well, somebody has some serious trust issues here. Somebody. And I hate to get this specific with it, but I feel like there's a few of you in which the trust issues are very warranted. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like there's a couple of you. Whoever has the trust issues because they were betrayed in the past. That 1 or 2 of you maybe. You know, infidelity definitely happened in the past. It's no secret. The cat's out of the bag, and you all agreed to work through it. If that's your story, whoever was betrayed never healed. Never healed from that. And I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to do that, to be honest with you. Everybody sees things differently. Me personally, I'm not saying be like me. I'm just telling you how I see it. That's a fucking deal breaker. That's one of my deal breakers. That's one of my deal breakers. You fuck somebody, we're done. We're done. We're done. Dun 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 dun. I don't care. Across the board. No exceptions. So for those of you trying to work through it, I don't know how the hell you supposed to do that anyways, you know? I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. A lot of trust issues. nervousness, anxiety. Some of y'all got kids with this person. But yeah, it's really starting to turn into a toxic environment between the two of you. Again, more trust issues. Okay. And drama. Drama. So, some of y'all, is it a financial issue? Is that what's keeping you there for some of you? When it comes to, well, at least long-term relationships, that's usually about 80% of the time, that's what I hear. I haven't left because I couldn't afford it by myself. I hear that all the time. Anyway, though, let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Person Cancer is currently in a relationship with. King of Wands reversed. Well, I'll be euphemistic with this card. We'll see what else comes out. But so far, it doesn't really look like they take the problem very seriously. Not really. Especially if you've been on and off with this person. I know that's not all of you, but I know that's a couple of you. That's one of the most dangerous parts about going on and off with somebody, is that eventually they're not going to take you seriously. Because you have shown me multiple times that your word means nothing. You've shown me multiple times how to manipulate you. Right? So I don't take you seriously. Right? Anyway, let's see here. They're guarded. I don't know. It kind of feels to me like they are sick of this repeated cycle too. Kind of feels to me like they're about ready to walk away from this. There's that 10 of Pentacles again, though. Maybe it's them who's afraid they can't afford separation for some reason. I don't know. This does not look like somebody in love, though. Hell to the fuck no, it don't. Tells me this person's ready to walk away. What's holding them back? I don't know. They don't. I don't think they don't take your concerns seriously. I don't know. This is going in two different directions. Hang on, let me grab that super chat real quick. Kimmy, thank you for the super chat. Okay. Well, shit. Okay, so one thing I've learned is over the past 6 months or so is that when somebody comes to me for a general personal reading and they choose the current relationship, 9 times out of 10, the main thing they're looking for is whether or not that person is being faithful. So if you were a personal client and you came to me and I pulled this spread for their energies and intentions, what I would tell you is I don't see the energy that would indicate that infidelity is actively happening right now. But you bet your skippy ass they would if they had the opportunity. If they found themselves in the right place at the right time, under the right circumstances, in the right situation, everything was lined up and they knew they could get away with it, I guarantee you they would. Guarantee it. That's not somebody in love. That's not somebody in love. This right here, that damn show ain't somebody in love. But I don't have what I would need to tell me that infidelity is actively happening. So, anywho, yeah, man, this looks like a dumpster fire. Let's get the advice, I guess. This is my least favorite part of my job. Advice for a current relationship. This is so slippery and tedious. What advice do we have for Cancer and the person they're currently with? Got that Sun card again. I don't even feel right giving that advice, though, because here's what happens, okay? First of all, okay, so if I was to tell you, you focus on your own happiness. First of all, that's really, really, really hard to do when you're stuck in a toxic situation. Really hard to do, but let's say you figure out how to do it. Just from a principle of energetic mechanics and universal law, when you're in a situation like this, if you figure out how to wall off your frequency and not let this person's frequency influence yours, and you raise your vibration and find happiness in the middle of this toxic situation, the two of you will become such a vibrational mismatch that separation is going to happen naturally by way of universal law. The two of you won't even be able to coexist in the same space because you're so vibrationally distant from each other. That's not Rich Lopp's little theory. That's an immutable universal law. That's what happens. That's what happens. A big tower moment is going to manifest between the two of you. So, man, I'm going to tell you what. This looks like, I'm going to just tell you like this. This is telling me you're more than likely going to end up walking away from this in 2026 anyways. One way or the other, no matter how you slice the bread, no matter how the cookie crumbles, no matter which way the penny drops, you're going to be walking away from this in 2026 anyways. Whether you leave or they leave, or whether a tower moment happens or things line up, it's looking like it's going to happen one way or the other. Honestly. I'll just give you some personal advice that I picked up on my journey. Now, when I was new on my path, which my path began 10 years ago this year, 2016. That's when my spiritual and manifestation path began, when I was in that homeless shelter. When I was new on my path, I used to just let the universe step in and do whatever it's got to do, right? Because I was new. I don't really know how to communicate with the universe, but I trust that whatever happens is what the universe wants to happen, because I hadn't really learned how to listen to the universal calling, right? But boy, I'm going to tell you what, I don't do that shit no more. Oh, I've been at death's door a few times. Because when the universe steps in, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right goddamn now. When the universe steps in and forces something to happen, meaning you don't have a choice. It's too late. You are not going to manipulate that. You are not going to work around that. It's going to be horrific. It's going to suck. Now, on one hand, if you reflect on the situation, you can develop a lot of wisdom from that. On the other hand, though, it fucking sucks, you know? So now, 10 years into my manifestation path and my spiritual journey, I've learned how to understand what the universe is telling me. Oh, I'm still a little stubborn ass. Oh, I am. If the universe is telling me to do something that I don't want to do, I'm going to fight it and try to shake it. You know, I have an ego too. We're all humans. But when it starts getting louder and louder and louder to the point to where I can't even fucking sleep, all right, universe, dude, all right, fuck. Or on the other side of that coin, when the universe is trying to tell me, no. If it's something I really want to do, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to try to kick that door down. But when I push and the universe pushed back 10 times harder, so I push again from a different angle, it pushes back 10 times harder from that angle, and I try it from every angle, and I exhaust every option that I have at my disposal, and the universe is still pushing back 10 times harder. When I take one step forward, I slide back 10 steps. My ship is sinking. I've learned how to say, okay, all right, universe, dude. Universe said no, so I'm out. I'm done. Because I'm going to tell you what, if the universe is going to step in and fucking force me off that path, it's going to suck. So see if you can maybe take that and apply it to your journey, maybe? All right. What am I doing last? Oh, yeah, the past person. Let's see if anything good is happening in February between Cancer and the person from the past. Stay tuned to the end of the video, y'all. I got a surprise for you at the end. There's that 5 of Cups again. Damn, dog. Speaking of Tower cards, well, I mean, this kind of looks to me like nobody is taking the action to extinguish the flames in the Tower, meaning nobody's taking action to try to rebuild this, right? Lightning hit the Tower, it came to an end, and the Tower's still on fire, and nobody's trying to fix this. And I think it's getting to a point where you're about done waiting on this person anyways, aren't you? I don't know. There might be communication, though. It kind of feels to me like as soon as you let go of this, that's when somehow, some way, you all are going to end up in communication. But it doesn't really look like a conversation that leads to a rekindling. Not really. Honestly, it looks like a little bit of a disappointing conversation. Kind of does. So anyway, okay. Doesn't really seem like this person gives 2 diddly dog shits and a flying fiddler's fart about this whole situation. That's what it seems like. We'll see here in a minute. Yeah, he's closing out this karmic cycle. Karmic cycle complete. All right. Let's see how they feel about you then. How this person feel about Cancer? Ten of Cups reversed. They don't have any faith. They have no faith in this situation. They have no faith that the two of you would ever really be able to build anything worthwhile. Not really. Oh, this bothers them more than you know, though. So this whole little pretending that they forgot that you existed, that's bullshit. It still weighs on them very, very, very heavily. But right now, they're scrambling and scraping to try to find someone new. But if this is still weighing on them very heavily, then what? No, don't get me started on that. That's like going to the bar and getting drunk because you can't handle your stress. No judgment if I told you how many fucking times I've done that. And oh yeah, I've gone out looking for somebody new to get heartbreak off my mind. I've done that too. It don't work though. It'll distract you from it for a little bit. Maybe validate you for a day or two, but it doesn't do anything about the energy. It does nothing, you know. And then usually, see what happens here is some poor unsuspecting person catches feelings for you, and all you're doing is using them, you know, to get something off your mind. You ain't really trying to connect with them. You're just trying to distract yourself. So you end up bleeding on somebody that didn't cut you, you know. It's kind of what I'm feeling here. I think you take up a lot of space in their head. A whole lot. A whole lot. They probably even still have dreams about you, to be honest with you. All right, well, let's get the advice. So like I said, I think the outcome looks like a conversation that's going to end up in closing this out and walking away is what this looks like. Let's get some advice. Ah, man, karmic cycle complete again. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. This looks like one of those things that kind of needs to play out the way it's going to play out, you know? I mean, I think y'all are going to need to have a conversation at some point. I think so. And hey, I know there's a few stragglers that are going to end up repeating the cycle with this person. I know there's a couple of you that are going to spend all of 2026 going on and off with this person. The only thing I want to say to that, though, is don't let somebody show you 5 times what they already showed you 4 times. If they already showed you 4 times and you let them, they'll show you 4 more times. They'll show you 10 times. You know, what we have to do is we have to develop the strength to accept reality for what it is and stop trying to force it to be what we want it to be. You know, that's hard to do. It's hard. That's not easy. But you have 2 paths, okay? You got a crossroads. The path of change, the path of staying the same, okay? They're both hard. They both suck. But the cool thing is the path of change, that pain that comes with that path is temporary. It'll hurt for a little bit, all right? But that pain's temporary. The path of staying the same, though, that pain is permanent. And hey, some people would rather have predictable toxicity than leap out into the unknown, even if they're doing something to better themselves. So you got blessings waiting for you on the other side of this, though. You just have to shift into a new frequency. In order to shift into a new frequency, you have to close the cycle out. You have to start releasing energy. Your radio, you have to tune into the next frequency. You have to. You have to. Until you tune into a new frequency, you're not going to have a different experience. If you're tuned in to 93.1 country station, and all you're going to experience is country. If you're sick of that, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just because you're sick of your experience and you don't like country music. If you want to experience hip hop and R&B, it's never going to happen unless you tune out of that frequency. So I would recommend closing this out and doing what you can do to release it. And 1 year from today, you could be looking around at a totally different life. You could be looking in the mirror and seeing a totally different person. All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, y'all, this Saturday, January 24th, we are going to be doing another round of our $22.22 live readings right here on this channel. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. You can pre-order on my website, tarotwithrich.com. They're read in the order of which they come in. The ones that come in first get read first. But I think the coolest thing about it is that even if you're busy all day Saturday and you don't have time to sit around and watch this live stream for 2 hours, you can just come back Saturday night or Sunday or come back next week. Find the playback of that live stream and you go to the comments. There will be a pinned comment at the very top where all the readings are timestamped. And also, you don't have to have your name read out loud either. There's a little place on my website at checkout where you can put whatever name you want me to call you, and that's the name I'm going to read live. All right? And please read the directions very carefully. Okay? A lot of people go through there, and it's clear that they did not read directions, And Leah, my business manager and divine life partner, is having to go back and forth and email you. Please read the directions, okay? All the information is in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here now. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.